So, ladies, welcome to Women Leading AI. We are here to encourage you to get involved with AI. We are encouraging you to ask God what you need to do, how you need to work in AI, because AI is here. And I'm so excited about today's episode because we have Kaleisha Walker here with us today. And we're talking about casting the future, how AI is transforming creative work. So excited to have you, ma'am. God bless you. Tell us how you got started in AI.
Thank you so much. Well, first and foremost, thank you both so much for giving me the opportunity to be here. It's an honor and a blessing. So, I'm actually fairly new to using AI, and when I say fairly new, just last month.
Yes. Awesome.
So, but I have always been a little apprehensive about using it, if I'm being honest with you. And the way I started using it is, I know Tiffany, I work full time for a company called Hello Drama. And I was helping them on a project, and they're using AI, and so that's kind of how I started using it. I know all my friends were saying, you should start using AI. I'm like, I don't want to do it. But if you really think about it, we have been using AI longer than we even have known until it starts becoming, a common thing. Because if you think your phones, GPS, all that, and so we have been using it for a long time, but I was just always very apprehensive. I'm like, I'll get even more data from you. I was just very apprehensive about it. But then once I started using it and seeing how robust it is, and I'm like, wow, this is truly a tool that you can use to leverage to help you in so many facets of your business, And so, although, like I said, I was a little apprehensive at the beginning, but I fully support it, and I don't, of course, want to replace any job or anything like that, but just, use it as a tool to help leverage you and to help set yourself apart from others, if you use it properly. So I definitely encourage it. And like I said, I'm still fairly new to it and I'm still learning it, but I'm excited about it. I really
love
am.
that. I
Thank
love
you.
that. Ladies, did you hear that? She was apprehensive about it,
Yes.
but now she loves it.
Yes.
She loves it. Tell us a little more about what were you apprehensive about?
For one, just always hear them collecting so much information from you, and I'm just very selective and just I don't know, it's just very scary, and
Privacy,
it's like
yeah.
the whole privacy thing, and so I think for me that was the biggest thing, and just not knowing what it can do, and it was just a lot, to be honest with you. But like you said, AI is truly here to stay. So if you just embrace it, because it's not going anywhere.
It's not.
And it's just going to either continue to get even more robust and more, intelligent and stuff like that. And so, but once I feel like you get past that, then it's truly a tool that, is definitely just to help you to, for at least for me, help me save me time, to help delegate, that I can, effective delegation. That way I can delegate other things so people and I can focus on other tasks, whenever I can use this tool to help me, to help, others and stuff like that. And so I'm just excited about it. And so once you get over that fear, because, fear is definitely a debilitating thing, and so once you get over that, then you can fully embrace something.
So good.
Thank you.
Just kind of looking at your journey. I met you, I can't even remember how many years ago it was now.
Maybe 3 or 4.
Yeah, it's been 3 or 4 years ago, and you had just recently moved here from Missouri.
Yes.
What brought you to Middle Tennessee?
Yes, so it was definitely a God thing. So before working full-time in the entertainment industry, I was working at a registration company, doing marketing for them. And it has always been my lifelong dream to work in the entertainment industry. But I was like, God, I need a job that's going where I'm making what I'm making at my corporate job, before I leave there. And so I just kept praying to God, like, please open up a door for me to work full time in the entertainment industry, because, like I said, I suppressed that dream for years and years. Because in Missouri, those opportunities really weren't there. There were a few things, but nothing like it is here in Tennessee. And so, literally in 2024, God opened that door. Max Fada, who's the owner of Hello Drama, shout out to Max. I remember that text message, receiving that text message saying, hey, because I had worked on a project with him before, and he was like, hey, we just love your attitude and everything like that. He's like, so if you're ever looking to work in the entertainment industry, we love to have you, And I'm like, I remember, sitting at my desk, and I'm just literally, tears came to my eyes. I'm like, this can't be real. And I just started crying because I'm like, God, did you answer my prayer? So I got my Bible, started thanking God. But then I'm like, Kaleisha, this could be fake. So I was like, this could be fake, Don't get too excited, Kaleisha. So I was like, okay. So I was like, let me just, respond back and everything. So I'm like, God, I'm just going to see how this plays out. Turns out everything, was legit and everything's good. And here we are This was February. I actually started working with them full time February 15th, 2024, and it's been a blessing. When I tell you, it doesn't feel like I've worked a day in my life. Like they say, if you do what you love, you never work a day in your life.
Yeah.
And so, so it was definitely God, working that restoration company that led me to where I am today. And had that not been the case, I wouldn't be here. I truly feel that, because I would still be in Missouri, because that's the reason I'm born and raised in Tennessee, or born and raised in Cape, and I moved here. I'm 42 now, so it'll be 5 years in October. And so I would still be in Missouri, and so not living my dreams. But because I took that restoration company, worked there. So I'm a firm believer that every job you work, it leads you to your next position.
Yeah, that's
you
so
know,
true.
and so I'm just forever indebted to that, company, because it led me to where I am today, where I'm actually living my dreams, and to God be the glory.
So what exactly are you doing with the entertainment company now?
Yes, so for Hello Drama, I am the casting director, producer, and then also the director of production. And I also do act in some of their projects. But then also last year, I launched my own. Taffany is the one who I remember us, we were in North Carolina on the way back, and she was like, because so many people kept reaching out to me about casting, hey, you know anybody for this, you know anybody for that. So many people like producing and stuff like that, and I was like, and she kept saying, you might as well just do it. And I was scared, with AI.
Yeah.
And I remember you telling me, get your EIN now. And I remember us coming back from North Carolina. She's like, do it now. I'm like, I'm scared, Taffany. I'm scared. I don't know why. And fear, I'm telling you, fear will just truly prevent you from accomplishing your dreams. It really will. And so I tell anyone, don't let fear do that to you. But and I remember it was a weekend. And I remember getting an application, because I went ahead and did it. But it said, I guess they were closed on the weekend, so I didn't do it. So I remember the next day, I ended up doing it, whatever. And the day I actually registered my EIN is actually it would have been my great-grandmother's 120th birthday.
Wow.
Yes, and so I'm just like, I'm forever indebted to Taffany for so many reasons, so she's the one who encouraged me, inspired me to actually get my EIN and start my K-Walk Film Production Services company. So
Wow,
yeah,
that is so cool.
Yes.
So now she has her own company.
Yes.
She's doing her own thing.
To God be the glory.
To God be the glory.
For
And
sure.
so how are you now using AI with your company?
Yes, so I just started working with a new client last month, and what I did is they had this script. It was about a 96-page script, if I'm not mistaken. So I said, you know what? Since I started using AI with Hello Drama, I said, I want to try it with my own company and see how this can help me. So I took that script and uploaded it to AI, Chat GPT, and I said, please provide me a script breakdown, character description of this, And I will say, yes, it gave me some information, and maybe because I'm still rather new to using the tool, the platform, it missed some of the characters and stuff like that. And I am using the free version, so I will say I know the paid version is a lot more robust and stuff like that. But one of these days I'll upgrade and do the paid. But I'm using the free, so I guess it's limited. So it didn't give me everything I need, but it gave me the character descriptions of gave me a bulk of the information that I needed, and everything else I had to do myself. But it still saved me that time, that way I can do some other things. And so it provided, I literally upload that script. Like I said, I think it's 96 pages long, and it provided that. So I was like, wow.
Nice.
That is
Yes.
awesome. That's awesome. So as someone that has worked behind the scenes, and you work in front of and behind the camera, which is most people don't get the opportunity to do that. So there again,
Thank
to God
you.
be the
Amen
glory
to
for
that.
real,
Amen
for
to
real,
that,
because
sister.
He knows your heart.
Yes,
and He's
he
giving
truly
you your heart's
does.
desires.
Amen. Psalm 37:4.
Amen.
Amen.
Won't he do it? What do you believe makes a great leader when it comes to the entertainment industry?
Oh, that's a great question. For one, I feel like someone who's humble, someone who is going to help someone else get to where they want to go. Because I feel like a lot of times when people make it, they just want to be like, oh, they're too good to help others, but truly helping someone else. Because even with me, I truly want to help everyone, and everyone has a place, and God, has a gift for everyone. And so just helping others, help them up, because someone helped you, no matter where you are in your job or whatever it is, someone has helped you. So help bringing the other person up, whatever, and just helping them and leading them, and just being a good role model and mentor to them. And like I said, being humble, grateful, don't think you know everything, and just being a lifelong student, because you're always constantly learning.
Come on, yeah.
Always constantly learning, because even when you get out of school, people are like, oh, I'm done. No, it's just beginning.
That's it.
And so you got to continue to play. And then AI even proves to you that it's still so much more to learn.
Yes.
And so I think those are just some of the traits I feel that are what makes a great leader.
Yeah, yeah. And so who have been some of your mentors? Who are some of the people that have been those eyes and ears, or the people that have walked in front of you?
Great question. You. She did not pay me for that. I'm just being completely honest. You have definitely been, someone in the entertainment industry who's definitely been an inspiration to me. Even Max, I learned so much from him. I'm trying to think of some others who I work in the entertainment industry. Of course, my mother is my hero. I mean, She's not in the entertainment industry, but like my mother, she's just my everything. She's my rock. I mean, just to help to mold me to the woman I am today. Just shout out to my mom, Betty Walker. But Donna Caldwell, she's definitely been an inspiration, to me, and definitely been a mentor to me. Ricky Burchell, he's been, great, because for me, I'm always wanting to expand my skill sets and learn. And so anyone who's in the entertainment industry who I can truly learn from, I am all for it. So for sure. Those are it's so many, but those are just ones who I just came to my mind, off the top of my mind. Yeah.
That's so good. That's so
good.
Thank you.
Many people worry that AI can replace their creativity. What is your opinion about that?
I pray that doesn't happen, and I can understand that fear. I definitely understand that. But I feel that if you get in front of it and allow yourself to fully dig deep into it and learn it as much as you possibly can, that's only going to set you apart from others to help you be even more valuable and be an asset to the company. And so even with me right now, I'm even like learning more about AI because, for one, to help me, it'll help myself, not only my business, myself personally, but also with Hello Drama, So then he's going to even see me more. He already does sees me as an asset, but even more as a valuable asset because I'm learning that tool, because it is like it's here to stay. Yeah. And so if you fully embrace it instead of just like with me in the beginning, fearing it, learn it as much as you possibly can, and to leverage yourself. And so that's kind of my thoughts on it.
I love the fact that you said to leverage yourself.
Thank you.
AI will give us leverage.
Yes, it truly
AI will give us leverage, especially when we're asking God to show us how to use it.
Amen. Yes.
He will absolutely give you the leverage you need.
100%.
So good.
And I think that's where the integrity and the ethics, of it comes to play.
Absolutely.
A lot of people are talking about how AI can do bad, but the same thing was said about the internet.
Exactly.
The same thing was said about telephone.
Two sides,
There's always two sides to everything.
6, 7.
Right. Whatever that ever meant.
Right.
Whatever that meant. Yeah.
Too funny.
But it's like that ethical part of it. Like I can literally, there are days that I wake up and I have like 15,000 things. Okay, that's an exaggeration. I have a whole bunch of things to do. And I literally can pick up my phone and say, hey, these are the things that I have to do today. This is the deadline for this, da-da-da-da-da. Can you help me strategize?
Yes.
And prioritize and time block?
Absolutely.
Because I do use time blocks as well. Can you give me time blocks? And so then I can say, oh, it's such and such. Okay, time to switch gears. And it can help me to accomplish a lot more in a shorter period of time.
100%. That's exactly a point in leveraging. You know what I'm saying? And like delegating, prioritizing, and it's very a powerful tool. And yeah, 100%.
And I think that's where the ethical piece comes in. It's like I'm not letting it think for me.
Exactly.
I'm just asking it to help me.
Exactly.
To process these things.
100%.
So I don't think, and it goes back to, is the creativity going to be stolen? Is it going to be taken away? And I honestly think it causes us to be even more creative.
Yes.
Because if you can dream it.
Exactly.
It just proves that, anything is possible.
An AI tool can produce it.
Exactly. It truly can. Yes.
I'm talking about songs and videos and photos and flyers and all of these other things. And many will say, people that were, say, designers before that were doing these, flyers and things like that, it's going to take their jobs away. It's going to speed up their capability.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's going to speed it up so much. Yes. And even if a person doesn't reach out to you about that, particularly, there's going to be so many other things that you wanted to do that you didn't have the time
now
to
that you do, you have all this newfound time that you have back and that you can 100%. And I feel like that's one of the biggest things that AI is bringing to us is giving us time. And, time is something you can't get back, but at least AI is somewhat giving us that back because we can focus on other tasks that may be more important.
That are human-only things.
Absolutely.
There are some things that only a human can do.
100%.
And so if we leave those things that can be done by a tool to the tool, it gives us more time to build relationships, to have those conversations that an AI tool just cannot do.
You're so right.
Cannot do.
You're so
right. So
right.
from a casting standpoint, how can you see that AI would be able to help you with that?
Yes. So I feel like one way is definitely, uploading that script, because prior to using ChatGPT to do that script breakdown, like for instance, our longest script I have done for Hello Drama, I think it was like 124 pages, and all manual. So I'm sure you definitely know how long it takes to do that, fully read through it, fully do the full script breakdown, like literally hours and days to actually do that, especially when I'm the only one who's doing it, and so that right there is going to be the biggest component for me, because that's going to help me to be able to upload that to the tool. And that way I can be really focused on the casting part instead of reading fully through the script, that's 124 pages long, doing the script breakdown, doing, see what props are needed and stuff like that. So that is going to be the biggest piece for me, the hugest time saver. And that's why I'm super excited. So even this next project that we're going to do, I'm super excited to see how much time it's going to save me, that I'm like, oh, thank you, Jesus. So I can definitely, focus on that, because it's very time consuming. It's very time consuming.
So when you think about everything that you're doing, especially in television and media, what responsibilities do creators and industry leaders have to ensure their authenticity, fairness, and opportunity to remain at the center of their work?
I think...
let's just start with authenticity.
Yes. So basically, are you asking?
And using AI.
Yes, they want to make sure that they. AI, so I feel like, a lot of creators might feel like, that it may be taking away that authenticity part. Okay. But I don't necessarily feel that, because if anything, I feel like it can supplement it. Augment it,
augment it.
Yes.
That's good. That's a good word.
So thank you. And so I feel that, again, kind of going back to fear, if they get over that piece of that, and they see like, wow, this can truly augment and leverage to help me to use this in, in a powerful way. And then, showing that, and then like also the company is going to see that too, and so I feel that the authenticity part will not be taken away. That's just my personal take on it. I can see why some people might think that might be the case, but did that answer your question? I'm not sure if I fully...
So when using AI, you say you use AI at your job, you use AI at your business. And so when you want to be authentic, when you want to be genuine and still use AI, what does that look like?
Gotcha. That's a great question. So for instance, like whenever I was writing my bio for this, I was like, what? I want to see what AI writes, because I never wanted to take away my creativity. So I'm like, I just want to see what it does, and basically using it as inspiration. Like, okay, oh, they did this. So like, oh, I want to change this, I want to change that. So for me, it's just like an inspirational thing. Even to like, for instance, like whenever someone is like, if you take a graphic designer, for example, they're designing something, and so you send them a photo for inspiration. This is what I'm wanting, and so then you give them that to inspire what you want so they can create it. And I feel like it's the exact same thing with this. And so I say, okay, I want to see what they, what they come up with, and so then I can take it and put my own spin on it.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's good.
I love that. I think that is the biggest thing for me, is utilizing it as a tool to help give you a bigger picture.
Absolutely, because our minds can sometimes be limited, finite, and so when you see, because I'm a very visual person, I'm like, oh, and sometimes we kind of get like, what's the term where you can't think? It's
block.
Yeah, you can get writer's block or whatever, and so you just can't think of something. So then you're like, okay, let me see what they come up with. Then once you have that, you're like, oh, then all the creative juices start flowing, and so so for me, that's kind of big thing. Yeah,
it's a big outline. I really think it's an outline.
Yes.
We were teaching a AI literacy class a couple weeks ago. and we had some technical difficulties.
Oh, no.
And I was like, okay, God, what we supposed to be doing here?
Right.
Because we make our plans and He orders our steps.
Amen. Amen.
And so, Holy Spirit just led me to have the women to go off and start talking about something that they had thought about writing a book about.
Nice.
Right?
Nice.
Just go talk to it and just tell it what you were going to write. And then ask it for a title and ask it for some chapters.
Yes.
It literally gave powerful titles.
Wow.
Powerful chapters. And then we had them to go a step further and say, write my introduction. So it wrote the introduction to the book based on what the IP or the intellectual property
Yep.
of the individual. So is that still in your creativity? Absolutely not. You had to give it something in order for it to produce something for you.
Ask the right questions.
That's the key.
Ask
the right question.
The right
that
questions.
is definitely the key. Yes.
And so that's what I see, in the production pieces or the storytelling pieces of what AI can do. What are your thoughts about that?
About what AI can do?
Yes, when it comes to creativity.
Oh, man. It's powerful. Like, I know even too, I know, like I said, I'm fairly new to using it, but I've been using it for some coming up with content. But also, too, I've been using it for creating different graphics, I know a tool that I've been recently using is Higgsfield.
Yes.
Yes, that's a great powerful. I'm like, wow, that is a very robust, powerful tool. I'm like, wow. And so definitely, it's just, I don't know, I just feel like, people just truly need to just fully embrace it. Even like one of my clients, another one of my clients I'm working with, he uses Higgsfield, and he was telling me, and he was actually showing me in the platform not long ago, all the different things that it like does. And I'm just like, wow. And he was even saying, I definitely encourage you to actually get in here. He's like, this is where the future is, to go in there and fully learn it, because this is where it's going, the direction that it's going, and like literally creating full on like episodes and stuff. I was like, wow, and it literally looks legit, like real people, and it looks like good. I was so impressed. And so I just say definitely embrace it.
I have to ask you a question about the casting piece of things, because as you were talking earlier about how your script breakdown, because coming from a script, I'm a scripty, so understanding what it means to break a script down. You got to get wardrobe, you got to get props, you got to get locations, you got to get whether it's day or night, you got to get the cast,
all
the people.
The things.
All the things. And I remember, having a script in front of me and a pink highlighter and a blue highlighter and a color coding everything in the process, and then seeing all those things. Where do you see AI taking that part of it? Because that
right there alone,
so time consuming.
Yes, and so to be able to do that now. And it's actually even another tool. Is it Studio Binder?
Yeah, Studio
Binder. That, because I think they does that as well. Because that, it's just the time saving piece. That, because you're gonna be able to do more things, do more tasks and everything like that. And so just being able for them to actually provide that full piece, and like you said, color coded things that took us literally hours upon hours upon hours of doing, and for them to do it literally in seconds. Like, it's just magic, it's truly like magic, seriously, and so I definitely feel it. It's already advancing what it's doing right now for that part, the script breakdown thing. So I can only imagine where it's going to go, like another year, 5, 10 years, you know. So it's going to be very interesting to see, for sure.
So let me ask you, how did you figure out what tools to use for the job description that you have?
I actually learned about those tools through my employer. So I hadn't even known about those until, so Max, I learned about it, and then also through my other client who I'm working with, K-Walk. They're the ones who introduced me to those, because I was like, I hadn't even heard of these, and so I have been playing around in that and to kind of like learn it. I really want to learn it, because that's where it's actually going. But I learned it from them, and so I just been continuing to play in it and dabble and learn as much as I possibly can. Yeah,
that is so cool.
Yes.
It is, and the fact that now you're able to, and of course we talk about this, you'll be able to build your own type of app.
Yes.
If you wanted it to do something. And what I love about AI is, like, you literally can go from idea to implementation in a matter of hours.
100%. 100%.
Like, literally, just walking out, like, this is what I wanted to do. This is how I wanted to give it the information to me. all of those things are just like so much more interesting.
Yes.
One of the things I was interested in, especially when it comes to the casting piece of it. So you know how you'll have your character, I call it the character Bible. You have to know, you know, how old your character is, you know, what their
demographic,
attitude is,
all that,
you know, all this other stuff. What do you think, or is it possible, do you think it's possible for you to be able to have like a list of actors or actresses that you work with, and then a list of the character, your quote unquote character Bible, and it be able to pull out like
the best person to cast for it?
Yeah. Wouldn't that be cool?
Wow.
Yeah, that would be cool. And honestly, I wouldn't doubt that they wouldn't have that in the next couple of years or so. I mean, who knows? It could happen now. I don't know about it, you know?
That would be so cool.
Yeah. You know, it's interesting that you mentioned that because one of my clients, I'm working with K-Walk, and we were talking the other day, and he was mentioning how, you know, the tool Hicksville, he was just saying how, because he showed me projects that he had done, and how it was literally all AI. And he was like, the direction it's going, he is like, pretty soon people won't even need like casting and stuff like that, because like all of it's all AI generated. And then he was just like, that's just the real reality of it, you know. And so that, I wouldn't be surprised if they don't have something on old wool in the next couple of years, you know. So it's very interesting to see, you know. It's going to be a huge. Right, exactly. Right. Yes, I know you.
Sound like an app to me.
Exactly what you said. Yes, yes. Look, we might even create together.
That's what I was getting ready to say. You tell me what was
co-collaborate.
Co-collaborate.
Yes, that's right. Yes.
That is so amazing. I know this is a tad bit off subject. Not tad bit. But one of the things that we talked before, and you were saying to me that you were a first generation college grad.
Yes.
In your family and entrepreneur. So this is like, you've been that person. Can you tell me what it's taught you about faith and about perseverance and just believing in the possibilities that others just haven't seen yet?
Yeah, that's a great question. So like you said, I'm a first generation college student and graduate, and a non-traditional student, because I actually, once I graduated high school a long time ago, 2002, I took a break from school. You know, I was like, I don't know if I want to go to college, you know. And so I just worked full time for like 4 or 5 years, and then I didn't start going to college to 2007, if I'm not mistaken. Then I graduated 2011. So for me, it was really important because I had, you know, I'd known no one else in my family had gone to college, you know. And so I was like, you know, I want to be that example. I want to do it. And, you know, and actually, so I decided I did it. And while I was working, or while I was going to college full time, I was also working full time, working part time, and balancing 3 organizations. So it was really hard. And my mother, I get it definitely from her hard work ethic, you know. But it was a lot, and so many times I thought about quitting because I was like, "This is a lot. I don't want to do this, you know." But I was like, I kept pushing persevering. You know, I was like, Kaleisha, you know, it's hard right now, but it'll be worth it later. You know, and that's what I kept, you know, thinking of. That's what I kept thinking of, and so to God be the glory. You know, I graduated, got my degree, first one in my family to do so, and then what was so special to me is that my brother ended up going to college and he went and graduating. So that it just really blessed me. And so to be able to say I was the first one to, you know, in our family to go and graduate, then my brother did it. So I feel like I like, you know, that example, you know, like, you know, you have to believe in yourself, you know, like you say, like in the Bible, have the faith of a mustard seed, you know, and you can do anything. Anything is possible with God. And so don't quit on yourself, you know, take a bet on yourself, you know. So, yes.
Talk to the ladies.
I definitely encourage all you ladies to, like, never give up. I mean, like I said, I'm 42 now, and I was a non-traditional student. You know, I didn't start going to college to, I don't even know, 20. I was late 20s, you know. And so I did it, you know, and so it was hard. It was very hard. But like they say, nothing in life is easy, you know. The things that are easy, it's not going to be worth it, you know. So continue just to, you know, bet, like I said, bet on yourself, you know, you know, take that chance, you know, because do it now, and it's going to be a lot of work and sacrifice, but it's going to be so worth it later. Because I'm just thinking about, wow, Kaleisha, had I given up, you know, all those years ago, I wouldn't be where I am today. I wouldn't be living my dream, truly. And so I just think, and I sometimes, a lot of times actually, I sit in my room and I just cry with tears of gratitude, you know, because I'm like, God, like, I'm going to get emotional now. I'm just grateful, you know, and I just want to encourage any woman out there. You can do it, you know, it's worth it. You know, God is with you. Just keep the faith, and just surround yourself with people who you want to be like. Because I know even like who I am today, I wasn't her, you know, 5, 10, even 20 years ago. And I just look back at like some of the people I used to hang around with, you know, and they're still doing the same thing, and it's like nothing, you know. And so if you surround yourself, like they say, if you are the sum of the people you hang out the most with, you know. So if you surround yourself with people who you want to be like and aspire to be like, you will more than likely be like that. You know what I'm saying? And so definitely for me, you know, people, the caliber of people you surround yourself with is going to help determine your success. So find your tribe, find your people, and don't give up and keep going, you know, and keep the faith. So that's my piece to you. God bless you, ladies. I hope that helped you. God is good, y'all.
Yes, He is.
All the time, you know, and I just,
yes, He is.
I'm just, I'm just in awe of His blessings, His, you know, how He just blows your mind. Yeah.
Ladies, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you.
Thank you. It's an honor and a blessing.
Sharing your testimony, sharing the power of how God is moving in your life. Stay tuned for our next episode of Women Leading AI. God bless.
God bless.